Today I wanted to take the time. This video has been a video I've been wanting to talk about it's something I've been wanting to talk about for a reason. Just to show the progression of things and how things aren't always like how things may look on the outside isn't always what it is on the inside. And I want to talk about the meaning of scars on your body. Sometimes you have scars where it's like a little scratch. It's like, oh, what is that on your arm? Oh, I had a little accident. I fell. I cut myself on glass, and now this is here. Scars, they tell stories about your life. Me, I was never one that just got injured many times and just had scars all over my body. But I have one on the back of my ankle from when I was a little kid, and I hit my foot on the back of a broken dresser, and it kind of right into my foot. That scar is a scar I'll always remember because it's also big. And I also have this one on my face. It's small. It's from a little piercing that I rejected, and I had to take it out, and the skin kind of got like that. But also me, it's me, I'm very reserved. I'm very kept to myself. So the stories and the things I choose to tell, I like to put it in poetry because I love the way my poetry just takes a big image and you turn it into a smaller thing, and you simplify it, and you make it just sound beautiful without giving you describe a gut-wrenching feeling in such a small sentence, and it's fabricated so well, and the way it sounds is you feel how such a small sentence meant such a big thing. And that's why I love poetry. But me, there was a time when I was younger, when I was 16, I was dealing with depression, a very bad depression. It was the first life altering thing that I experienced. It was about my best friend. And the reason I say my best friend is because there are some people who, when you tell them that you lost someone, they like to throw it in your face and then say oh, this is why this person's dead, this person's dead. And I would never want that to be said to me because it's still something that means a lot to me. That's why I say my best friend. But at 16, I lost my best friend. It was the first person who was that close to me who I lost. The first person who I told everything to. And they meant the world to me. If ever I was feeling shut out by the world, I knew there was one door that would always be open to me, and that was her. And I go back, and she'd always be there. Every birthday she's calling me. I always spoke to her. I'm always wanted to go to her house. I always wanted to be around her. And when I lost her, it was my whole life just ended. It was who would be there for me, who do I talk to in this way? And it was when I'm seeing her children every day, and then I'm looking at my sisters who are also alive because she brought the previous ones, and I'm just looking at them and I'm seeing her, and it's all playing back to me, and I'm all these memories sitting in my head. It's really a lot. And it was that. And then also in that time, I was also dealing with bullying. People would pick on me a lot because the thing is, the person who I am, I'm very zesty. And in high school, I was discovering myself, and it was grade 7. This was grade 7, the worst period for me. So when that was happening, it was my brain was just developing, and it was a lot. And then the bullying on top of it, it was so much. And the thing about me is I felt I didn't have no one to talk to, I felt no one truly understood how I felt. And that's another time where I felt alone in the world. So then I didn't know what to do, and I began hurting and hurting so bad that I started to cut myself. And that was because the pain I was feeling was on the inside. So I thought if I cut, I could at least release a little bit what I'm feeling. And I would sit there and I would cry, and I would cut myself. And I would cut myself, and I would cut myself. And I wasn't attention seeking. I wasn't one of those people who would cut themselves and then go to school in short sleeves so people could see and ask them what's wrong. That wasn't me. I always wore long sleeves, so to avoid any type of conversation of any sort of that. But 16 was one of the worst periods of my life, and that's when I first started cutting. But then later on, I got better. It was still hurt. Every birthday, every time her birthday comes, every time my birthday comes, I cry every time because it's the one phone call I look to is the one phone call that I will never get, and that's what just hurts the most, not being able to hear her voice. And now let's get back to 1920. These past months on my channel, I have a lot of videos posted, and the thing about me is everything I'm speaking about and about the stuff I'm about to start talking about, it's in all my videos. I've shed tears on this channel speaking about the situation that I went to, and it was a time again where I sat there and I hated myself. That's because I was friends with someone who made me dislike every single part about myself. And the thing is, still to this day, I don't blame them, because I tell myself, like, you've seen those red flags, and you still try to sit through it, and you still try to, like, give them the benefit of the doubt. And I just, still to this day, I just think about it. And when I think about it at night, sometimes it just leaves this like gut wrenching feeling, but also a warmness, because the reason I stayed was because I had hope. Like, I feel like you have potential, like you could be something great, but every time I was broken down and broken down and broken down. So when I finally decided to leave, again, I was hurt, because after I lost my best friend, it was like the feeling of losing someone, it just was a scary thought. It was very scary for me. So just thinking about that like played such like a huge part of my head. So I was like, I want you, I can't have you, I can't allow you to stay, but I need for you to go, because like a want and a need is two different things. I want to have you here, but I can't. I don't need you here because you're destroying me. So when I decided to break it off, I got sick at that time. So I was dealing with a coldness, but I was also dealing with the thought of being lonely again. And everything started playing back in my head, and I felt like I was nothing because this person made me feel that way. And again, I have tough skin, but it wasn't like just like little comments. It was like a long period of just being destroyed. So when it was time for it to be like the final thing and it ended, when it all dwelled down on me and I sat there and I was like, this is really what it was like so much for me. And like, the thing is, that's why in these past videos and even in my like older videos, I was saying a lot like, I'm not real, I'm not real. That's because I truly, I cried so much tears, and I felt so bad about myself that I really felt like this can't be real, like this can't be happening. So it was after my birthday. So while I was 20, 16 was the first time I was cutting, 20 was the second time. And the thing is, like, my scars, you see, I used to go all over my wrist. You can't really see it from this angle, but all over my wrist. Um, I would cut myself. When I was 16, there was one really bad episode I had, and I did this to my knee here. I don't know if you can see this right here. It's like a big one right here, and there's like a few little ones. But at 20, I realized it wasn't even to release what I was feeling. It was that I was feeling so unreal that the only reminder of my existence was to feel pain. So I would cut myself. Before work, I would cut myself a lot, and I would go. I would go, go, go. I would put bandages on my wrist because it was fresh wounds, and then I would put on a long sleeve and just go to work like everything was fine. But the thing is about it is that your mouth may tell lies, but the truth will always lay in your eyes. And I stand by that, because every day I was going into work and coworkers seen my face and they were like, are you okay? Are you okay? And I always said yes, but my eyes were always teary. You know, I'd go to work. I just come from crying. I'd go to work because I told myself always. The reason I stayed every time was because I told myself, I have a family to take care of, and I have friends that I love who I also want to take care of, and there's a lot of things that I want to do with my life. So let me just feel something for a little bit. I know this won't be forever, because 16 felt like the worst thing that's ever happened to me. And if I survived that, I knew that I could survive this. But I just needed to feel something for a little bit. So I just cut myself, and I just go, and I just cut, and I just go and go. And the thing is, like, I felt it stinging at work. I was feeling it, and I'm like, this is my reminder right here. And of course there's other ways to do it, but I just found the worst ways, because I just resorted to what I was used to. Even though it was bad, it was just all I knew. So I just thought, like, what else could I do? And I know, like, I'm showing this, and it's like, I'm not a victim, you know? I don't show this to show that I'm a victim of something. No, it's to show I'm a survivor. And any battle you face, like, trust me, there's other people. It's the other people in the world who are also facing things. So trust me, like, you're never alone. And while I felt like the whole world was falling apart around me and it was just me alone, it was also other people who were affected by it too. And I can imagine how it made some other people feel. But you know, it's about surviving. It's about keep going. And these scars, it's a story to tell. When and why do I have these? This is my story of why I did this and how it happened. And again, it's just to show you, like, you know, everybody, I get on here and I smile. I make lovely videos because life is still so wonderful. Even on a sunny day when it was only raining in my room because I was the only thing that was blue, still there was still such it was just so dark on the inside, but beauty and the light was still shining on the outside. And even though I felt like the world turned all gray, every time I looked outside and I seen the sun shining during the day, it was a reminder that there's still more to come. There's still beauty to life other than what you're feeling right now. But I just needed to feel something in that moment just to like really know like I'm real, I'm real. And even now, that's why in the past videos I said like, oh, I'm not real, I'm feeling like I'm not real. That's because it's like my past feelings like creeping up on me. Because like again, when I still think about the person who hurt me, it's like it still bothers me, and that's what it is. And I know that there's nothing I could do about it, but that doesn't mean that that thought will just go away and it will just stop bothering me just by the snap of my hand. So I let it linger, because I know at some point it does go away, you know. Love hurts. Love shouldn't hurt, but love does hurt sometimes. And you know, I'm so grateful that during that time is when Billie Eilish dropped her album. And when I sat there and listened to the lyrics and I felt like there was someone who understood, like when I listened to that album, I was like, this is like speaking exactly what's just happened to me is exactly what this song is. And that song just helped me feel like so comforted, even though with someone I didn't even know. I still felt so comforted knowing that there was someone out there who understood how I felt. And that just made me feel a little bit better. And as time went by, I picked myself up, and I started working more because I told myself, like, I can't just sit here and under this gray cloud. Like, I have people I have to take care of. I have a future to come. Like, my life did not end here. It didn't end when I was 16, and nor is it ending now. So I have to tell myself, keep going, keep going, and keep going. And that's all it's about. If you go to war, just because you didn't win and you left with scars, you survived. You survived and you have a story to tell. And that's what it's about. Me, I could say I won my war against myself and my mind. Yeah, I left with scars, but in the end, I still won. And that's what I'm proud to say. And at the end of the day, as long as you're facing something and you overcame it, you're the strongest person. Even though you broke down and you shed your fucking tears and you cried your eyes out and you spent days in your bed and just shutting yourself away from the fucking world, but you still came out and you fucking are doing your shit. You're amazing and you're extremely, extremely strong, and you don't even understand. I have so much grace and props, like props to every single one of you who face battles and you just like come out on top. That's why I just want to show people like my past, my scars, these don't make me. The person who I choose to be is who I will be. Just because I had these people who did wrong to me, that's not going to turn me sour. That's not going to make me want to go out there and spread any harm. No. No, 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 no. You just showed me exactly the person I don't want to be and the things that I don't want to do. And that's exactly the lesson that I took from this. To never, like, as much as you want someone to stay, you should never allow yourself to sit through disrespect. When it's time to walk away, all you could do is go. All you could do is go. And that's why for my birthday, the gift to myself was regaining my peace. And yeah, it came with a dark period, but at the end of the day, it never rains forever. There will always be a rainbow in the end. And I know that's cringy to say, but the thing is, that's why that saying, I love it, because yes, at the end of a rainstorm, there will always be a rainbow. So something beautiful does come out of something, you know, a little bit bad. And that's all I want to say for today. You guys should stay strong. Just know that I'm rooting for each and every one of you, and for you guys who watch my videos and support me. I really fuck with you guys a lot, and it means so much to me just to like continue pursuing my dreams no matter what I've been through. And I just want to show you guys like life life is what you make it, you know. It's okay to it's okay to break down, it's okay to cry. It's a part about being human, you know. But it's a matter of you need to keep going. You need to keep going. When I was going through it all, I had to confide in God. I always confide in God during everything. And I feel like without God and without my family, I really would have left by the time I was 16, because truly when I lost my best friend, I just felt like I lost myself and I was so ready to go. But I'm glad I stayed, because you know now there's 1 second is there. There's more smiles to bring to people. There's more people that are coming to that I'm gonna meet. There's new things that I'm gonna see. That's why I'm glad I stayed, and I want to stay until well it's my time to return to God, and that's what it's gonna be. So for now, I'm going to keep doing what I'm doing. I'm going to keep living life. I'm going to keep being positive. And it's like, again, don't let bad people turn you into them. No. Use them as an example and be the person that they could have been. Don't be the bad person that they are. Don't. Just because there's a sour fruit growing in your garden, you throw that fruit out, not the whole plant. And that's my message for today. I hope you guys enjoy my video. And I'll always keep making videos, and I have a gym series coming out on Monday that I'm going to be starting, and I hope you guys are excited for that. And that's all I have to say for today. I hope you guys have a wonderful day or night wherever you are. And I'll catch you guys in the next video. And I hope you guys are excited for my gym series, because I most definitely am. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye. Stop. Fuck, I hate this thing.